is that we all get it. Don't give in to the pain, just keep living, cause
got dreams I'm striving for. So I'm gonna live higher. I'm gonna live higher. I got dreams I'm striving.
What's up, guys? It's Toby Rosario, and in today's video I want to talk about a really cool technique that you may or may not have heard of, and it's called Feel, Felt, Found. It's essentially a rebuttal for some seller rejections, prospect rejections, and we're going to talk about that. It's a very simple technique. I actually learned this in the mortgage business when I was in the mortgage business. But before I get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified whenever I post a new video. Give this video a like. It does help with the algorithm. Give this video a thumbs up. Also, if this is your first time here, comment below first time so we can engage some conversation in the comments below. So this technique it's a pretty common technique. It's pretty well known, right? It's nothing revolutionary. It's a simple technique, and it's for pretty common seller objections or prospect objections. So how do you handle it? So common objection is, I want to think about it. You know, I'm not sure, or I want to talk to my wife and things like that. And it's called Feel, Felt, Found. So what you want to do is you want to tell the seller, so let's say Mr. Smith, I understand how you feel. Others that I've done business with have felt the same way. But what I found was this was the best solution for them in the long run, because we were buying the property as is, or whatever industry you're in, right? In this case, we're in real estate, so we're trying to negotiate the best deal, and we're trying to get the best price possible, right? So you would just say, hey, Mr. Smith, I understand how you feel, right? You want empathy. You want to show them that you care. You want to show them that you're relatable, right? You understand. Look, I get it, man. I get it, Mr. or Mrs. Smith. I'm on your side, right? You want to feel that empathy. You want to make them feel like you really do care, right? That you're relatable. I understand how you feel. And others have felt, right? Feel, felt, found, right? I understand how you feel. Some people that I've done business with have felt the same way, right? But what I found was, and then you would, continue from there. What I found was, this was the best option because we closed in 2 weeks. Whatever industry you're in, but in this case we're in real estate. You would just say, what I found was, we buy as is. We close in 2 weeks. You don't have to do any repairs. We don't pay any realtor commission. We also pay all your closing costs. Feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel. Others have felt the same way, but what I found was, or what we found was, blah, 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 right? You fill in the blank from there. And what that does is put the guard down, because number one, they get a sense that you okay, he understands where I'm coming from, right? And then you give them a related experience where, there was a similar situation where the people that you or your business have dealt with, they felt the same way, right? And then, but what we found, right, what was found was that after we sat down and ran the numbers, this was the better option, or this is the better decision, or whatever the case is. Does that make sense? Feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel, Mr. Seller. Others have felt the same way, but what we found was blah, 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 et cetera, fill in the blank. And that's a simple technique. It's called Feel, Felt, Found, where you can use when you get some objections. It works good because it kind of puts their guard down and makes them understand that you're kind of understanding where they're coming from, right? I understand how you feel. I get it. It doesn't have to be that, like, you can plug in your own words, right? You can say, yeah, I understand how you feel. I get it. I understand. I understand why that would make you feel that way. Others that we've dealt with have felt the same way. But what we found was, and then you would finish that off by saying, you give them the benefits, right? The benefits of working with you, the convenience, the no hassle, no realtor commissions, buying as is, no repairs, closing 2 weeks, closing whatever the amount of time you guys say, et cetera, et cetera. This is what I'm going to pay all your closing costs, right? So things like that. You provide the benefits after you say what I found was, or what we found was. Does that make sense? That's my time. My name is Toby Rosario. Peace.